So let's do this. We are up against Argian and the Lionheart forces. This is not a terrible hand. So we get a turn 1 Gloom Chaser. That's absolutely fine. We have a Void Pulse, which you probably don't need early on. Let's throw that. I think I'm going to keep both these mechs, even though they're both 3 mana, which is somewhat awkward. And Demonic Lure is very good against Lionheart generally. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. So there's a temptation to replace this, hoping for Wings of Mechazor or something. But having a 2-drop is probably better than having specifically a mech 2-drop. But we'll see what comes off the Void Pulse and what we can potentially... Okay, we can replace that, most likely. Actually, that said, Lionheart often play double 2-drop on the first turn. At which point we really want the Grasp of Agony to deal with them. So I think I'm going to keep hold of it. That's a pretty mediocre spawn. Could be better. I guess if the opponent does play a 2-3 here, this can attack it, so that's absolutely fine. And I think I'm just going to hold on to all this stuff. I will replace Grasp of Agony if the opponent doesn't play into it this turn exactly, because it'll be less good for the rest of the game. Okay, here's 1, 2, 3. And... ta-da! Alright. Argian, have you ever wept in a manner such as this? Okay, first things first, we want to deploy a mech, and I really like getting the ranged mechs down early. Possibly I want to replace this Wraithling Swarm. I don't have any Swarm payoffs in hand, and I'm probably going to be casting this next turn. And or this. Yeah, let's replace this. See if we can get some more mechs. Soul Shatter, that's not great. Can we just replace Wraithling Swarm? But it'll do. It's pretty fine with the cannon. So I'm just going to play this. It doesn't really matter where it is. I guess playing it here allows it to move immediately to the back corner. So that'll do. Pop this guy down here. Grasp this. We take 4, but we get some value, so it doesn't matter very much. Although I guess Argian can just kill this, so it's 2 for 2. That's fine. So we're probably going to replace the Void Pulse again, but we'll see what Argian does here. I expect this is going to die and possibly... Is that Tempest? Oh boy. Okay. I've seen worse. 18 plays 17. Do we want this? I don't think so. I'm not sure we want the Shatter either. I guess that's handy if the opponent plays some kind of Provoke next turn. Yeah, let's punt the Void Pulse. Sweet. So I can play Wraithling Swarm and Shadow Spawn, or I can play this. Playing the sword means that A, it's a Mechazor piece, and B, if the opponent has another Tempest, they have to take another 3 damage attacking this to get rid of it. But this is better with the Soul Shatter Pact. And I guess the likelihood of our opponent having kept 2 Tempests in hand is not that high. My gut sort of says to play the sword though. So I think I'm going to be slightly greedy and do that. I guess this potentially allows Dancing Blades. I'm not going to attack my opponent because keeping the life total high is reasonably useful against Lionheart because they can hit very hard out of nowhere with things like Divine Bond. No, not quite out of nowhere, they have to have minions, but we're not going to be able to answer all of their minions generally. So we just drew a Blood Moon Priestess, so we've actually got a little bit of a swarm strategy going on here, which is gratifying. What have we got? Is that an Iron Cliff? Yeah. Okay. And the opponent cunningly moves away to escape frenzy value. this is sort of fine. So what we do now, I guess, is we play. So we obviously demonic lure this. We run at Arjun, probably hit him with the sword, and that leaves us with enough mana to cast Wraithling Swarm. And then either of these is fantastic next turn, so I kind of don't really want to replace it all, which feels a bit wrong, but might be worth it. I mean, Blood Moon into Soul Shatter is generally game if the opponent doesn't have some sort of removal. And even just Wraithling Swarm into Soul Shatter, like if the opponent doesn't have a Tempest or similar, they're taking a ton of damage anyway. So I'm actually going to attack face now. Even though I said I wouldn't last turn. And I'm going to play the Wraithlings behind Arjun so that he can't move backwards. Which, there we go. Now he can't move at all because he has to attack something, or I guess use a removal spell. So if he has a Tempest, we're sad. And that's a fact. I mean, if he has a Tempest, this hand sucks. But so this plays around Magnetize, which would allow. So Magnetize teleports any minion to the space in front of your general. So this way he can't move, and he can't play Magnetize straight up because Lilith's in the way. Which means we're definitely safe from this. Okay, so what have we got here? Is this another one? It's another taunt. Okay, that's not the worst thing ever. So we can just do Blood Moon plus Soul Shatter Pact now, and it's not quite lethal thanks to all the provokes. In fact, it's 3 damage off lethal. I wonder if there's anything we can do about that. I don't think so. But this is just like insane value anyway. I'm going to play it in... where, here? Trying to think where I want this to be. So if I play it there, it gets... we actually miss out on 1 Wraithling if it's against the side. If it's here, it's a little close to comfort to the Ironcliff Guardian, but maybe that's not a huge problem. Maybe it doesn't matter too much. Playing it here means there's no chance of airdrop next to it and things like that, so it's probably better even though we miss out on a Wraithling. It also means that Arjun can't kill a Wraithling and then potentially get at it. So we kill this. Trade with this. We go face. Go face again. And we pass. Not bad. Arjun can't even run away very easily because Lilith's in the way again. But there's quite a few scary things he could play here. He could have something like Grandmaster Zir. Actually, that's a thought. Maybe I should have replaced the sword. getting close to rope, you always misplay a little bit. Yeah, possibly I should have replaced the sword to look for something that would counter an out, like a large provoke or a Grandmaster Zir. So Grandmaster Zir is a 5/12 for 7. With when your general dies, it becomes your general. So that would obviously allow Arjun to effectively gain 12 life. As it is, I kept the sword because it's quite good, you know, as a body. So are we going to see another provoke? Yes, okay. So that's sort of in the way. We can obviously hit it a little bit, but we want to draw... Ooh, this is quite scary. Okay, so we are quite possibly dead next turn. Neither of these cards do much to help that. Which one is better? Kind of neither, really. So yeah, next time we get hit for a bunch of damage. We're not exactly down on board, but things like Divine Bond mean that we're probably dead. Boo. Okay. What can we do? So we can't clear this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we can technically clear this, but we lose a lot of hardware. Maybe that's just what we have to go for? I mean, because we still end the turn with like 13 Wraithlings on board. So unless the opponent has a Tempest, we're still in good shape. So I think we have to do this. Actually, there is one issue, which is this Wraithling can't attack. So I think we have to move the Priestess first. This is a bit awkward. Oh, you were kidding me. This Wraithling can't attack the Ironcliff now? That's highly upsetting. That was some pretty bad RNG. Okay. So we didn't even get through all the attacks in time for Rub. So are we done on board? Yeah, we're just dead. Raw has us dead. That was a very unlucky spawn, because it blocked this Wraithling from moving into this space, so we couldn't kill this Ironcliff. Although, yeah, I think we still died to the other one anyway. Thought we were going to have that. That one Primus Shieldmaster was very timely. Okay, let's try that again. Hopefully we'll get to keep a hand with right at the Undervault this time. So we almost comboed off. We did pretty well. We just couldn't grind through that many large provokes without drawing some sort of removal. So if we'd drawn something like, actually, yeah, if we drew Ritual Banishing on our last turn, I think we just won on the spot. If I recall, yeah, we'd have just won on the spot. So we definitely we almost got there. So I don't think 2 Blood Moons in the opening hand is a good idea. We're against Vitruvian, who don't have that much ranged removal, except Sarge usually plays Wildfire Rank, which can kill anything at any distance. Cannon of Mechazor is sort of a little bit of an exception to that, in that it gets to counter-attack, so it'll at least take off a charge. Wraithling Swarm we can spread out vertically, so that's quite good against that play. So possibly we don't play the cannon turn when we play the Wraithling Swarm into Blood Moon Priestess and pressure Sarge that way. That probably means we want to keep Primus Fist, because the opponent will be able to kill 2 of these if she wants to early on, and we'll need the Primus Fist to deal damage. I think I want to keep the cannon anyway, because it's good against artifacts. Maybe the Blood Moon is greedy? It's a game plan. Let's do this. Probably don't want Ritual Banishing this early on, so I think I'll replace that. Although it is useful for, maybe we should hang on to it just to kill Starfire. Oh, that's bad. Okay, so we can deal with that by putting a cannon in this corner. Or even here, and if it can kill the Pyromancer on the counter attack. But what we really want to do is hit a Blood Tier Alchemist. So possibly I'm replacing the Blood Moon now, because if this sticks, we're going to really struggle to get much board presence down. Wings. That is not fantastic, but it'll do. So what we can do is we can play Wraithling Swarm to cover a lot of vertical space. And then play the wings kind of over here somewhere. If we play it there, I don't think there's a good place to put it so that the Pyromancer... I don't think there's anywhere we can put it so that the Pyromancer can't not blast it. Maybe here. No, it can still go there. Let's just put it in the middle. Kind of as good a place as any, essentially. Oh, Demonic Glow, there we go. We can kill the Pyromancer with that. Would have been nice to have that last turn. Keep things clean. So I did beat a Sarge player earlier, although she didn't actually play any artifacts, which I thought was odd. Yeah, there we go. There wasn't really anything we could do to avoid that. There was no way you could actually play the wings. Right, so that dies to Primus Fist. So we can take this Monotile Primus Fist to kill this. Actually, we don't even need to do that. We can just kill it with Lilith and the Wraithling. Play the cannon here and lure the Pyromancer. And that gets a cannon out. And in that case, I want to replace one of these. Probably the Ritual Banishing, because I think the Wraithlings are going to die. Although we have Bloodborne spell up shortly, so maybe we should just keep some removal. Yeah, I'm going to replace the Primus Fist. Sweet. Okay. Commence the Robot Uprising. So, I'm going to attack this. Play a cannon on the Monotile. Kill this. Kill this. And then... So, I want to position my Wraithlings such that Sarge can't move in here and use Wildfire Rank to kill the cannon. So I'm going to play them... I want one in front of her. And I think... I might play another one here, even though it's vulnerable to Wildfire Rank playing across them. I'm sort of less bothered by that. The reason to play it here is so that she can't do something like Blood Tier Alchemist into Wildfire Rank. Basically, if we can stake this, it's quite good against what she likes to do, which is artifacts. Oh, Rasha's Curse. Well, that's one thing that we couldn't really play around with that. We'd have had to leave the cannon sort of over here. Right, so nothing is happening, which makes our Bloodborne spell pretty good. So I'm going to replace this. I'm going to hold on to the Void Pulse in case of artifacts. Excellent. Let's play that behind you. Yeah. I probably should have attacked her actually. So we're really looking to draw right of the Undervault now, because we've obviously played to the point where we need it. This is the sort of situation where next turn we would probably throw out the Void Pulse and then cast right, or vice versa. So, ooh, wow, that's harsh. That might be the biggest Star Sphere I've ever seen, although it's mostly just going face. That's quite scary actually, I mean that's a lot of damage. Okay. Kills a Wraithling. Okay. That was relatively scary. Come on, right to the Undervault. Primus Fist. Primus Fist's okay. I think I'm gonna sort of continue to get close to my opponent. I'm just gonna throw out my minions. She can kill them easily, but I just want to be able to... How do I play around Star's Fury with this? I can't. She has another one. I could put it over there, I guess, and just leave it there for Ritual Banishing. I don't know if that's worth doing. Do I play this? I might do. Just throw it out there. We are really looking to right off the top now, but... Oh, right! Pun not intended. So now you get to see the true power of this card, because I'm going to draw 6 cards and catch up to my opponent's hand. And then play one of them, and then draw another card at end of turn, obviously. So how many mechs have we played? Have we played 3, I think? So we'll hopefully get... I mean, if we're lucky we get Helm, and get an entire Mechazor next turn. Oh, we have to kill that. Or lure it, I guess. Boy, does that feel good. Alright, so we can... Let's see, we can't quite get rid of this because we have nothing near enough. We can lure it over there where the dervishes won't do anything. That's not a terrible play. And then we can kill this with the Wraithling. Sarge isn't going to be able to kill the Primus Fist by herself next turn, so it's more valuable to do that than to hit it with the Primus Fist. Another option is hit this, play the Fist, but I don't think we can... I don't think we want to deal with the Windstorm Obelisk spamming us. Although we do have a replace. Let's replace... Ooh. I'm going to replace the Soul Shatter Pact. It might take a little while to build up enough. Maybe that's wrong. Let's replace the Gloom Chaser. We've actually got enough random dorks that we can maybe make a decent Soul Shatter Pact in a turn or two without any explicit effort in that direction. And I'm just going to do this. Ooh, spicy. Rewarded for keeping the Soul Shatter. Okay. So, we're now ahead on cards. White Widow. That's pretty scary. I have no idea what sort of list my opponent is playing, but it's quite exciting. I think we need to Ritual Banishing that. That's got to go as well. How do we do that? What do we even do here? So, Blood Moon Priestess, Wraithling Swarm, Bloodborne spell is quite good. Our opponent might silence the Priestess, which is the main risk. But it's probably the best play we've got. The other option is replace something and try and get Mechazor. I could replace the right, but I feel like I'm going to play half my hand this turn, so let's replace the Primus first. Second Blood Moon. Okay. Well, redundant copies are never a bad thing. So let's put you... Where do we want this? It's more protected here, I guess, depending on where Lilith's Wraithlings spawn. Here it's potentially in reach of the 0-5. Yeah, let's put it here where it's more protected. Here and here, come on. I'll take it. Right. So this is where we don't want Wildfire Rank to show up. Oh no. It's fine. We have a Soul Shatter Pact and we have another Blood Moon in hand, so we can get some amount of value. And we have Mechazor actually. And we can start pumping out Shadow Spawns every turn now. Our opponent's only got 2 cards left. Oh! I lied. Ouch. Wow, punishing. So we can't even kill this without using Soul Shatter Pact, which maybe I'll just do. But feels bad. Let's see, what am I replacing this turn? Kind of want to play all of this, which I obviously can't do. I need to get rid of this, which makes the Soul Shatter Pact valuable. Where am I playing Mechazor? Probably just next to my opponent. She can Psionic Strike it, which is awkward. Maybe I should play it over here, so she can't effectively do that. Maybe this should hit. Maybe I should hit her. Can't really get rid of the Ankh this turn. This is very awkward. Okay. I think what I do is I go in the corner, I play Cannon of Mechazor, I play the wings there, why not? I spawn Mechazor here or here, and I just play the Soul Shatter Pact to get rid of this. I think that's what we have to do. Oh, we get Mechazor now? Sweet. In that case, I'm going to play this. And replace that. Ah! Okay. Let's see if she can deal with this lot. She's able to hit Mechazor with Blast, but it'll shoot back for 8 damage. I don't know if she knows that. I'm a bit scared. 4 in hand. Interesting. Yep. Uh-huh. Ah, I see. And she attacks Mechazor and then shoots it. Is she dead? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. That is in the way of the Blood Moon Priestess. But maybe I should be playing 2 Soul Shatters in this deck. Blind Scorch, that's clever. Ah! Monstrous. Okay. I should probably be playing 2 copies of Soul Shatter Pact in this deck. Let's see. Sword of Mechazor is not bad. I think I'm going to drop the Gloom Chaser sort of here and then right. And look for some firepower. Actually, maybe I should play it here just so it doesn't block this square. Yeah, that seems sensible. Cards! Okay, Lure and Blood Tear are good. Does Lure give me lethal? No, I'm 1 off. Because I can get this out the way and attack in, but I'd need to play this as well. So maybe I just trade this in. Actually, possibly I just... Oh, it doesn't matter, I can kill it with this. Kill this obelisk. Kill this. Blood Tear Sarge in the face to get rid of the Ankh. Drop my hero power, Bloodborne spell, and ship the turn. This is mental. Okay, she's only got 1 card in hand, and I'm on 16. So I think even if it's a Mara Healer, actually a Mara Healer would gain it. Oh no, I've got a. Oh, it is a Mara Healer, but I've got a Demonic Lure, so it's fine. She's D to the EAD. Wow, that was exciting. Bye. Wow, that was an insane game. That was really swingy as well. That was very fun. Wow. Okay, so that's 2 live games. But I mentioned earlier that I won a game without drawing right at the Undervault, and I'd like to just show you that one. I have another good replay from my second test game, but it was actually pretty similar to the one we just did. So I'm gonna demonstrate the one that shows that you don't need. It wasn't that one. Yeah, my first game with this deck. Oh no, I lied. That was just a quest. I was playing my Shadow Nova deck. But yeah, I ran into Panda JJ, who I think is one of the top tournament players. Okay, no, this is definitely the wrong deck. You saw nothing. Let's try that again. Must be this one? This one? Ah, here we go. So we're against Faye, so probably something aggressive, possibly with walls. This deck doesn't have Blistering Scorn, which makes Jack's True Sight something of an issue. So Jack's True Sight's a legendary that makes 1/1s with ranged in every unoccupied corner. So I replaced the Shadow Dancer because she's a little expensive. I've got a good hand of robots, which means I can make some nice opening plays. So I'm putting the Helm down to gum up space. Basically, it'll die instantly, but I don't care. And playing the cannon in the hope that it doesn't get instantly killed, or at least it'll draw out some removal. And as you can see, I've drawn another mech. That's pretty lucky. So Hearthstone is kind of a neat card. So it swaps places with other minions, which allows it to be used as removal, essentially. So our opponent swaps the cannon, hits it, and essentially blows me out. So I'm a bit sad, but not massively sad because I've got a bunch of mechs. So I'm just playing out more of them and essentially ignoring the Hearth Sister for a bit. It's possible that I should have taken this mana tile and played the sword here, because Faye can't move up to this one and then play Dancing Blades, whereas she can move... I guess she can't move down and play Dancing Blades on this, but she has the option to play a 5 mana spell. So Snowpiercer is a bit scary. I'm taking damage here. I'm basically going to have to run my... excuse me, run myself in. But this Blood Moon Priestess is actually a really nice draw. So I get to use my Bloodborne spell, play the Blood Moon Priestess slightly further away as a result, and then just crash this into the Snowpiercer to remove a charge, kill the Hearth Sister. My life total isn't in a very comfortable position, but I have a Blood Moon Priestess on board and now 4 Wraithlings, and I've just drawn a Shadow Dancer. So she has an answer for the Priestess. At least it's not Cryogenesis, but it's enough to draw out the emote. And she moves down to presumably protect the mana tile and try and take it for herself next turn. Then, ouch, the life totals are not good here because Faye is very aggressive thanks to this Bloodborne spell. Fortunately, Shadow Dancer is amazing for that. So I play her in the furthest corner to protect her. Run my stuff in. I replace Demonic Lure because I have a hard removal spell that's somewhat better. And I kill this Crystal Cloaker before it can deal any damage to me, and earn myself a nice little reversal of the life totals for my troubles. So my opponent is still allowed to use this mana tile, which is a bit sad, but I got a pretty good bit of value there. So Grincha, this card's very powerful, but my opponent doesn't get anything massively scary off of it. She gets a Blood Rage Mask. So this card is actually quite good with Faye's core game plan. As you can see, I'm taking a little bit of damage here. Whoa, that's exciting. Never seen that before. Because I paused it at a weird moment, I guess. This Fox is a 3/3, for reference. So my opponent is now able to get additional damage out of all of her spells, which is obviously not good. And I've lost my creature that can chip away at excuse me, chip away at artifacts. The downside of this kind of hybrid approach is that I'm only running 1 Shadow Dancer and 1 Soul Shatter Pact, which you heard me complaining about in the previous game. So here I'm just attacking my opponent in the face, basically trying to kill her before she kills me. Destroy Grincher with a removal spell. Surround her with Wraithlings to try and block off as much space as I can. Apparently the... I can't tell if the replay is stuck. I think I played the Wraithlings here. The replay's gotten itself all confused. I seem to remember there being Wraithlings around here. And I think this thing moved as well. I'm going to restart this game. This has all gone a bit wrong. Sorry about this. I paused it at exactly the wrong moment. I don't think you can fast forward. No, fast forward. I don't think you can like skim forward through these, but I can speed it up until it gets to the right point again. Oh, it only goes to double speed? Awkward. Well, feel free to fast forward the video to get past the first few turns. I'll just let it play out for the sake of showing the ending to that match, because it is pretty close. It's a nice cliffhanger to leave it on. So again, moving forward, dropping some robots. The cannon is really nice to throw out on the first turn, because this is kind of, you have to answer this or you die. You know, the opponent will probably have something for it. They usually do. You know, most decks have removal enough to deal with a 2/2 that's slightly far away, but it's nice to make them warp their game plan around it and force them to have something. And if they've gotten an unlucky draw, then, you know, you get really far ahead. It's got a punishing play. So here I'm just kind of ignoring the Hearth Sister and making sure it can't kill any of my stuff. And I can kill it with my face next turn. The cost to life is a little unfortunate, but yeah. Opponent plays a scary artifact, hits me in the face. Her declining to attack with the Hearth Sister here is quite nice for me, just because it lets me get an additional Wraithling off the Blood Moon. It's worth noting that Blood Moon RNG can be really annoying. Actually, we saw the first game where I was unable to kill the Ironcliff Guardian, although it turned out not to matter. I'd completely forgotten about the opponent's Bloodborne spell in doing the maths. So we had no outs anyway, but we had no outs. We wouldn't have won if we'd killed that Ironcliff anyway. But you know, in an alternate scenario where the opponent was going to, say, use Divine Bond on it next turn, that slightly unfortunate roll preventing the one Wraithling from getting in could have actually swung a game. So in this case, we might have seen a Wraithling spawn in the path of the Saberspine Tiger somewhere here, which could have really frustrated the opponent's ability to remove the creature, which would have made this game possibly quite different. Obviously, I don't know what else was in Faye's hand. She might have had a Cryogenesis and elected not to use it for whatever reason, but I mean, I doubt that, given she used Aspect of the Fox here. Right, let's see if this breaks again. So we have Grincher generating Blood Rage Mask, Aspect of the Fox to get rid of the extremely hard to race. Oh, it's still broken. Well, that's great. It is entirely possible that the last 10 minutes of this video are kind of useless. Let's see if it can spawn the Wraithlings this time. The Mana Tile is still there on Grincher as well. I've never seen this happen before. I'll have to submit a bug report. Come on. You can do this. No, apparently not. Okay. I think there were wraithlings sort of here. Is it going to show me... I think I moved this as well. I'm pretty sure I moved the fox to here, probably. I think it might just not be showing any plays now. Yeah, it started my turn again. I assume that my opponent would have done something in the last... Oh well. That's very sad, because I don't remember what happened from here enough to reel off the story myself. Well, never mind. We tried. Suffice it to say, I did win the game. I managed to get there. Without Mechazor, I think. I don't think I drew a 5th mech. I'm pretty sure I got there just off the back of the Wraithlings. Maybe I drew a Soul Shatter Pact off that Demonic Lure replace. I'm not sure. And attacked for lethal, something like that. That rings a bell, actually. It was probably that. So basically, that was the mech half almost getting there, but just, you know, being enough to provoke removal from my opponent and force her to spend her turns killing my creatures. And then the swarm half coming in nicely to pick up the slack, get a little bit of value, swing the life totals, which is very important against Faye because she's very aggressive, and clinch me the win. Well, I'm going to make up for that by cracking a pack. Let's do that. Might as well end on a high, right? Come on, legendaries. Go through the little ritual. Oh, sweet! How appropriate! Chassis of Mechazor. Nice. And Serpenti, the dankest card in this game, apart from, I guess, Hank Hart. If you weren't aware, this card is the subject of a lot of memes because of how kind of terrible but also funny it is. It's the go-to terrible card joke card. It's like Stormcrow in Magic, if you're familiar with that. Yeah, Chassis of Mechazor is a pretty sweet pull. Right. That makes up for it slightly, doesn't it? I'm going to wrap this up here. Sorry the replay didn't work, but I hope the actual games we played were instructive and fun enough. As you can see, the kind of two halves in one combo is pretty interesting. You know, we have a lot of complex decisions to make about what to keep, what to replace. I think my performance with this deck would definitely improve with practice. It's one of the more complex decks that I've built for the series. And, you know, not to mention the potential for tweaking it. You know, with most of the other decks, they felt, you know, roughly like they were in the right place. But with this one, you know, do I want more Swarm payoff cards? Like, do I feel like I should have another Soul Shatter Pact at least, but I'm not sure what I'd cut for it. Maybe a Primus Fist, but you do need those early plays. One to consider. Thank you very much for watching, though. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you will forgive me for using an epic. As you can see, you know, it really gives the deck a unique playstyle that adds a power that it would not have without it. It's something very cool and exciting. And again, I'm really happy with this deck. I haven't seen Mech Abyssian work before, and I'm very excited by the way this one plays out. So I hope you enjoy putting it together if you decide to go for it. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.